begin. So I hope everybody's well. Just remember to do things at your own pace. It's morning time as well, so sometimes things can be a little bit more difficult, although morning is the best time to do yoga. We get the most benefit, and traditionally that's when it would be done. But just know your own body and be aware of your body, and think about how you're moving your body. If it stretches, that's okay, but if it's going into pain, then that's not okay. And you can come out of things at any time, or take something a little bit different or a little less vigorous perhaps, but these sessions are very gentle, designed to loosen up the body and get rid of tension and help us relax. Well, that's the aim. And don't forget to breathe throughout the practice. Nice, slow, deep breathing. So we'll just start as usual by sitting quietly. So sitting cross-legged if you can, or have the legs out in front. Bringing the hands into Yoga Mudra, so crossing the right fingers over the left, and then just resting them gently in the lap. Making sure the back is nice and upright, so the spine is as straight as it can be. Taking the shoulders back and the head up. And then just closing the eyes or lowering the gaze to the floor if you prefer. And we're just going to tune into the breath and start to slow the breath down. Taking our attention inward now, moving away from any distractions outside of our space. And breathing through the nostrils and slowing and lengthening each breath as we breathe. And aiming to breathe in for a 6 count and breathe out for a 6 count. If that's too long, that's okay. Just go for a consistent and as long and deeper breath as you can manage. And just turning the mind now to breathing in and breathing out. And as you breathe in, noticing the cool air around the nostrils, going in through the nostrils, filling the lungs, noticing the chest rising as you do. And as you breathe out, the lungs are deflating and the chest is falling. And then just feeling the warm air around the nostrils as you breathe out. Just focusing here, nothing else. Breathing in and breathing out. Nice, deep, conscious breathing. Keeping the eyes closed, just bringing the palms together at the chest in Namaskar Mudra. We're just going to chant to start the class. Om. Om. Tatparampariyaya vidmahe Jnanalingeshwaraya dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayate Om. Alright, opening the eyes, stretching the legs out. Just going to start to warm up, loosen up the body. I've got a lamp on and I can see it's in the corner of the screen, so didn't mean it to be there, so hopefully it's not too distracting. Maybe you can just imagine it's the sun shining. So thumping the leg, shaking the head, loosening up the body, starting to loosen up the lower body and loosening the neck a little. Let's take the feet out to the edges of the mat and then toes together, so just rotating the ankles. Let's take the feet forwards and backwards as well, stretching the tops of the feet. And thumping and shaking. Again, being gentle if you want to be gentle, or being a bit more vigorous. Get the blood pumping. Sitting up straight, let's take the right knee to the chest, hugging it tight. Just rotating the right ankle now. Taking it round one way. And then the other way. And then we're going to bounce the knee up and down. Getting some movement to the knee joint. And then we're going to switch legs, so bring the left knee close to the chest, sitting up straight, rotating the left ankle. Getting a nice bit of movement into the ankle joint, not minding any clicking or cracking. And then we're going to take it the other way. And then bouncing that leg up and down. Stretching out, let's pick up the right leg again, so taking the right foot with the right hand inside that right leg, stretching out the right leg best you can. You can hold on to the calf or the thigh if better for you. Swinging out the right leg far to the right as you can. Moving up to the hip joint now, opening up the hip joints. Go gently if this is tight for you. Do it to your ability, but perhaps just bouncing a millimetre further each time if you can. And we're going to follow our foot with our gaze, just to move our head as well, watching our toes. And we're going to take the head and the foot in the opposite direction. Just to work our brain a little bit. Not too much at 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. And then let's pop that leg down. We'll do the left leg. So bend the left leg, holding onto the left foot with the left hand, swinging that left foot out as far as you can. Making it nice and wide. We've got a wall in the way, so mine's not as wide this side. Following your foot with your gaze. Watching your toes. And then let's take the head and the foot in the opposite direction, very deliberately. Opposite direction. And then pop that leg down. A little bit of toe touching now, so we're just going to stretch forwards and over the toes. So we're bouncing, not holding. Loosening up the lower back. Stretching, might be quite tight at this point. So just go gently. Have either legs together or have them apart if you need to. That's better for the back, and you can have a bend in the knee if that helps as well. Taking the hands behind the head, bouncing the nose towards the knees. And let's take the hands behind the back, clasp the hands again, bouncing the nose towards the knees, trying to bring the arms up, stretching the shoulders if we can. And then coming back, actually shake it all off. Shake off the tension we might have created there. Alright, so right leg again, let's bend the right leg and place the right foot on top of the left thigh. We'll bring it to the inside of the left thigh if that's easier. Sitting up straight, we're going to bounce that right knee with the right hand. So the leg isn't doing any work, it's the hand that's just gently pumping that right knee up and down, loosening up and opening up the hip joint, keeping the back straight, and just looking forward and just focusing on the movements, focusing on keeping breathing, trying to keep the mind steady and focused. Alright, so let's drop the foot to the inside of the left thigh if it's not already there. Take the right hand behind the back, right up against your back, keeping you nice and straight. Left hand on right knee. We're going to breathe in and twist to the right. Breathe in, turning and twisting, looking over the right shoulder. So being nice and upright. Keep twisting, don't forget to breathe. If you can, remembering to slow the breath down to that 6-second breath when you remember. Enjoying a nice twist. And then take a nice deep breath in. Breathe out slowly, coming back to face the front. Keep the legs where they are. Let's just bounce over that left leg now. So just stretching towards those left toes. Again, going gently. Bouncing forwards. Then coming up, let's switch legs. So bending the left leg and bringing the left foot on top of the right leg or to the inside of the right thigh. Left hand on left knee and bouncing that knee up and down, sitting up straight. Perhaps noticing if one side is easier than the other, it usually is, that's fine. Just being aware of that, and a lot of yoga is also becoming aware of our bodies, what they feel like, what they can do, the positioning, the posture, which is really helpful for our general self-awareness. Alright, so let's bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. We're going to twist to the left side now. So bringing the left hand behind the back, nice and straight, right hand on left knee. Breathe in, turn and twist and look over the left shoulder. So holding here, keeping breathing. If you can, maybe using that right hand on the left knee as a bit of a lever to twist yourself around a little bit more if you can. Just enjoying a really nice twist up the spine. Just enjoying the moment. And then breathing in, breathing out, slowly turning to back to face the front. And then again, just stretching over that right foot, bouncing forwards, gently easing out the stretch. And then coming up, let's stretch the legs out again. Let's give them a bit of a shake, shaking the head, shaking the shoulders, maybe feeling a little bit looser now, getting a little bit warmer, getting things moving. Okay, let's take the legs wide. So taking the legs as wide as you can. A lot of people have difficulties taking the legs wide, so by doing this, little by little, they get a little bit wider, a little bit more flexibility in those hips. We're going to start with making fists. Just give ourselves a little massage. So pummeling the insides of the thighs, the tops of the thighs, the backs of the thighs, and the bottom and the base of the spine. down to both ankles if you can, going a bit gently down there. I don't know about you, there's less flesh down here in the ankles. And just getting the blood flowing, getting the oxygen flowing in the lower body, and getting the energy flowing. Helping to wake ourselves up. Being as vigorous or as gentle as you prefer. A little bit of toe touching to the right now, so legs are wide and we're just bouncing towards the right toes. Again, just going as far as you can go, not minding where that is, but just taking it to the edge of where is okay for you. Stretching out that leg and lower back. Let's come to the left. Again, one side's easier than the other. I always say this because it's the same for me. And it's also different depending on what's going on with your life, physically, emotionally, time of day. So that's okay. Coming back, let's just clasp the hands and invert them, and then we're going to bounce forwards. We're not coming to the floor, we're just bouncing forwards. Stretching the lower back, giving the arms and the shoulders a bit of a stretch too. Lovely. Coming up, let's bring the soles of the feet together. Wrap your hands around the soles of your feet. Draw your feet close to the body, sitting up straight. Just going to bounce the knees and Baddha Konasana. Just gently butterflying the knees up and down, getting the blood flowing around the pelvic area, around the organs there, as well as helping to loosen up the hips. Sitting up nice and straight. Let's just bring the knees together. So the feet are flat on the floor and the legs are bent, so the knees are up like this. We're going to do Navasana, the boat posture. So we're going to be balancing on our tailbone. So we'll do it incrementally. You can choose to stay at any of the stages if that works better for you. So just taking both hands and taking them behind the thighs. We're going to lean back on the tailbone, lift the feet off the floor. And then from here, if you can straighten the legs, so keeping the back straight as well, the legs straight. And then if you can, you're going to take the arms out, looking at your toes. Holding and breathing. Might be a bit of shaking going on, that's fine. And then we're going to release gently and come back down. So we're going to do that again, and then that's going to become Nava Kriya, where we're going to do a rowing action when we're in that position. So that's going to help tone the abdominal organs and move the blood and the energy in that area. It's going to be a bit of fun as well. It's always a bit of fun. So again, taking the hands behind the thighs. Let's just come back onto the tailbone and lift the toes up so we're balanced. Straightening the legs now, trying to keep the back straight. Taking the arms out, looking at your toes, and if you can, you're going to row. So really vigorous rowing with the arms, getting everything moving, staying balanced. And then slowly coming back down. Straightening the legs, have a little gentle shake out. I don't know who won that rowing race. I think we all did. So it always brings a smile to my face. Alright, so let's sit up straight. Let's take the arms out in front. We're just going to tap the fingers into the palms. Loosen up the finger joints. Stretching each finger. And then we're going to open and close. Stretching the fingers, clenching the fists. Rotating the wrists now, so making fists and rotating the wrists. I don't think you ever realise how achy your hands and your wrists are until you do this and you realise that they are. And then the other way. And then rotating at the elbows now. Loosening those elbow joints. And then the other way. It's not just the hands that get sore with all the typing and computer work. It goes all the way up the arms and then all the way through the body. So you need to keep everything loose and flexible. Hands on thighs, let's roll the shoulders. Nice big circles. Bit of crunching, bit of clicking. Let's get rid of any tension, take them the other way. And then just bringing them back down, keep the hands on the thighs. Let's breathe in, take our shoulders up to our ears. Hold them there, then let them drop with a big sigh. And again, breathe in. Holding them there, letting them drop. And then once more, breathe in. Letting them drop. And just a bit of gentle shaking the head from side to side. Loosening any remaining tension, taking the head up and down. Side to side. And then combining the movements, taking them up and down, left and right. And then back to centre. Alright, so let's come onto the knees. I'm going to have a little drink of water. I'm really warm with this spotlight shining on me. But it was dark last time, so I just hope that light's not bothering you too much in the corner there. Alright, so let's come on to hands and knees now. Just start off by coming on to hands and knees. Just have the knees under the hips. Knees are together unless you've got a bad back, in which case have them apart. Hands are under the shoulders, shoulder width apart. Let's just sway right to left. Just noticing the centre of gravity. And you get a bit of pressure on our wrists. And then let's come forwards and backwards, very gently, not big movements. And then let's come round in a big circle, so coming to the right. So you're just sort of pivoting on your knees and your hands. The back is kept very flat. And let's go the other way. Being aware of the gravity, the centre of gravity shifting. And then coming back to centre. So we're going to breathe in and lift our right leg up and our head up. And as we breathe out, we're going to arch the back and bring the head and knee together underneath. We'll do it 3 times on the right side, 3 times on the left. So breathing in, right leg up, head up. Breathe out, arch the back, head and knee together. Breathing in, right leg up, head up, dropping the abdomen. Breathe out, slowly bringing the head and knee together, arch the back. Once more, breathe in. Breathe into the right lung here. Breathe out, arch the back, head and knee together. Place the right knee down, we'll do the same with the left. So we're breathing into that left lung. The leg is acting like a bellows to squeeze the air out when it comes back down. So left leg, breathing in, lift the left leg up and the head up. Breathe out, arch the back, head and knee together. Breathe in, left leg up, head up. Breathe out. Together, arch the back. Once more, breathing in, looking up, breathing out, head and knee together. Bringing the knee back down now, let's come and sit back on the heels. So we'll do Danda Kriya, where we breathe through all the lungs and particularly into the upper lung, getting rid of stale air there and taking our head onto the mat and coming onto the top of our head if we can. If not, just breathe there. Moving with the breath. So keeping the breath and the movement matched. We're on our knees, so if that's a little bit painful for people, take a blanket under the knees or perhaps under the bottom, between the bottom and the heels, or under the tops of the feet. Alright, so 3 times. So sitting up straight. Breathing in. Breathing out, coming coming forwards, taking the head to the mat. Breathe in, roll on top of the head. Breathe out, rolling back down. Lift the head, look up, breathing in, coming all the way back up. Breathing out. Breathing in, rising up on the knees, taking a back bend. Breathing out, slowly coming to sit back down on the heels, keeping the back straight. And again, breathe in. Breathe out, coming forwards, taking the head to the mat. Breathe in, top of the head. Breathe out, rolling back down. Lift the head, breathing in, coming all the way back up. And breathing out. Breathing in, rising up. Bending the back. Breathing out. Sitting back down on the heels. One more time, breathing in. Breathing out, coming forwards, head to the mat. Breathe in, top of the head. Breathe out, rolling back down. Lifting the head, looking up, breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in, rising up. Bending the back. Breathing out. Coming to sit back down on the heels. Alright, so we're going to come up now. So just bringing the hands to the mat. We're going to tuck the toes under from hands and knees, and then we're going to straighten the legs and come up into Merusasana. So just check your position, have your feet hip width and your hands shoulder width, so the legs and the hands aren't too far apart from each other. So you're making a nice V shape, you're in Merusasana, or mountain posture. Just give the head a little shake just to loosen the neck. And then just bring it back to center, just letting it hang, just relaxing. Nice straight legs if you can, but a bend is fine. Straight back, straight arm, just breathe and relax. And this time from here we're going to lift the right leg, so breathe in, lift the right leg up as high as you can. Just going to hold it for a moment, just keep breathing. And then breathe out and gently lower the right leg. Let's lift the left leg, so breathe in, lift the left leg up, holding it up. Keep breathing. And then breathing out, lowering the left leg. And then walk your hands to your feet. And then just staying over your feet for a moment, just going to gently bounce over the toes. Just reaching towards the toes, don't worry if you're not touching the floor. Take a bounce to the right side, so we're twisting the body to the right. Bounce back to the middle. Bounce round to the left side. Back to the middle. And then bending the knees slightly, let's roll up to standing. And then we're standing. So take a drink. Just got to move this back a little. Oops. Very awkward lamp here. Oh, I don't know if that's done anything. Alright, so now we're standing. So we're going to tap the opposite knee with the opposite hand. So just start tapping. Opposite hand, opposite knee, bringing the knee up to the waist. So we're crossing the body, using our brains to coordinate. And then we're going to take the opposite hand down to the inside of the opposite ankle. So just warming up. So having to use our brains, crossing energy across the body, and then in a moment you're going to take the hand to the opposite foot behind you, to the sole of the foot behind you. You often need a second to warm up to that, to think about how you're going to do that. Alright, Right, coming back down. So let's just stretch up a little bit. So just have the feet about hip width apart. Breathing in, taking the arms wide, palms together, come up onto the toes, stretch up. Breathe out, heels down, and then we're going to go back and wide if we can. Just take the arms wide if the back bending is difficult. And again, breathe in. Palms together, stretching up onto the toes. Heels down, breathe out. Wide arms. And back. Last time. Breathing in. Palms together, up on the toes. Heels down. Breathe out, take the arms wide. And coming back. Shaking the right hand now. So we're just shaking it all around, getting some movement into the shoulder, stirring up the air around us. Left hand. So this is where we do our Saturday morning cleaning out, throwing off. Both hands, shaking them up, shaking them down, shaking them around. And now just moving all around the body, so we're cleaning up the energy body. We're going to get rid of anything negative from the week, anything that we don't need. And we're going to breathe in, gather it up. Going to let it go with a whoosh. And we're going to do it twice more. Let's make sure we have a good clean. As I always say, it's the only cleaning you need to do on a Saturday morning. Cleaning up the energy body, getting rid of any negativity. Make sure you get everywhere. Breathe in, gather it up, let it go. One more time. All around the body. Getting some really good movement into the body as well as psychologically getting rid of concerns, anxieties, worries. This week is done with. We're going to have a lovely weekend. Breathe in, let it go, and let the arms swing. We'll just tap the shoulders. And just let the arms swing more gently. And then we're going to take the arms around the body. So let the arms be heavy, let them hit the body, giving the spine a bit of a twist. It just feels really comforting, having the arms hitting the body. And then let's slowly just come back to standing. We're just going to rest for a moment. So just take the palms out and close the eyes. Slow the breath. Noticing the tingling in the fingertips. And just noticing the energy circulating through the body. And just letting any tension flow out through the fingertips, through the feet. Just letting the body relax. Alright, so opening the eyes. So let's do a couple of postures. There's a couple of postures we're going to do today where we're trying to reach the floor. Now, for any point that feels too difficult, if you had any sort of piles of books or maybe a chair, there's opportunity to use those rather than overstretch if you can't manage it. So I'll tell you when we can do that. So firstly, we're going to do Padottanasana, where we're going to take the feet wide and the arms directly above the head and palms facing forward. So jumping or stepping, feet wide, arms are directly overhead, palms facing forward. So just check your feet, taking them quite wide if you can, though not ridiculously. Feet are parallel. And we're going to breathe in, and then when we breathe out, we're going to stretch forward at the hips and come all the way down, taking our fingertips to the floor. So this is an opportunity where if you feel that's not possible, you could have some books underneath, or if there's a chair in front of you, you could just hold on to that. So breathe in, stretch up, breathe out, folding forwards, the hips coming all the way down, taking the fingertips down to the floor, or as I say, maybe onto a book or a cushion. With the fingertips on the floor, if you can, just take the feet a little bit wider, so maybe the palms are flat, because that's what we're aiming for, palms flat on the floor. Okay, so wherever you are now, holding on, Breathe in, lift the head and look up, so flattening and stretching your back. And then breathing out, taking the head down towards the floor. And we're just going to hold here, so hopefully feeling nice and steady. Big stretch in the back of the legs. A lovely forward bend, not quite as stressful on the body as with the legs together, but nevertheless gives a very big stretch from the backs of the legs particularly. Alright, so just lifting your head slightly. From here, I want you to walk your hands around to the right foot and turn your right foot out and come into a lunge. Okay, so your hands are either side of your bent right knee now, just looking to the right. So we're going to breathe in, just try and straighten that right leg a bit, or fully if you can, and then breathe out and bend the right knee. And again, breathe in, straighten the right leg, breathe out and bend. Once more, breathing in, straightening the right leg, and breathing out and bending. Bringing the hands back round to the middle, turning that right foot back in as it was. We're going to take the hands over to the left side, so turn the left foot out, bend the left knee, take the hands either side of that left knee, so you're in a lunge, looking to the left, hands either side of the left foot with the left knee bent. So breathe in, straightening the left knee, and breathing out and bending. Breathing in, straightening, breathing out and bending. Once more, breathing in, straightening the left knee, breathing out and bending. Bringing the hands back round to the middle, turning the left foot back in. So we're back in the middle. Now just bring the feet back in a little bit so they're not quite as wide. Bringing the arms alongside the ears, breathing in, coming all the way back up. And then jumping or stepping back, feet back together. And then just closing the eyes, taking the palms out again. Just let the body rest. Just let the tension from the back and the legs just flow out through the feet. Always rest between postures to teach the body the difference between tension and non-tension. And let the body relax further. Alright, so opening the eyes. So we'll do Trikona Asana now. So we're going to jump or step the feet 2 to 3 feet apart and the arms at shoulder level. So legs not quite as wide as the last posture. So jumping or stepping. So taking the feet, making sure the feet are parallel. Arms are shoulder level, nice and straight, but the shoulders aren't hunched or tight, they're nice and relaxed. So turning on the left heel now, so left toes are in line with turning on the right heel, so right toes are in line with the right fingers. Breathing in, breathing out, stretching forward with the right hand, taking the right hand down to the right leg. Left hand directly above the head, turning the head just to look up at the back of the left hand. If you can, if not, keep looking forwards. Holding here, breathing into the left lung. Make sure the body isn't tipping forwards. If it is, come up on the right leg. Nice and steady. Trikona Asana, 3-angled posture or triangle. Looking down at the right foot now. Let's breathe in, bring the arms back up. We'll go the other way, so turn the foot and head back to centre, shaking the arms out if you need to. And then with the arms up, turning on the left heel, so the left toes are in line with the left hand. Breathing in, breathing out, stretching forward with the left hand, taking the left hand down to the left leg. Right hand directly above, looking up at the back of the right hand if you can. Holding, breathing, feeling the stretch down the right side. Breathing into the right lung, nice and steady, giving the spine a lovely twist. down at the left foot now. Breathing in, coming on the way back up. Turn the foot and head back. Jumping or stepping the feet back. And again, just closing the eyes. Let's let the body rest. Take the palms out. And letting the tension flood out of the body. Alright, so we're going to do the same again, but we're going to do it with a twist this time. So let's take the legs and the arms out first. So legs 2 to 3 feet apart, feet parallel, arms at shoulder level. So this time, on our out breath, we'll be turning our arms and taking our left hand down to the inside of our right foot and our right arm up. And we'll need to bend the right knee, so that's fine. Alright, so turning on the right heel, so right toes are in line with the right fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out, turn the arms, and then slowly bending the right knee and taking the left hand down to the inside of the right foot. Taking the right arm up. Looking up at the back of the right hand if you can, if not looking forwards. So this is a twisted Trikonasana. You can straighten that right leg, that's great. If not, bent leg is absolutely perfect. Holding and breathing. Looking down at the right foot now, let's breathe in, unravel, come up. Turn the foot and head back to centre. Going the other way, so turning on the left heel now. Left toes, left fingers in line. Breathing in. Breathing out, turning the arms. Taking the right hand down now to the inside of the left foot, bending the left knee. You can hold on to the left leg if that's easier, and just twist the upper part of the body. Looking up at the left hand. Holding and breathing. Looking down at the left foot, let's breathe in, unravel, come up, turn the foot and head back, jump or step the feet back together, take the palms out, close the eyes, rest the body, let the breath come back to normal. Alright, so we're going to do a balance, so don't often do this one. Can be tricky, but actually there's good ways of helping ourselves with this one. So I'm just going to show you. We're going to do Ardha Chandrasana, which is half moon posture. So we start by having the feet wide, the arms at shoulder level, we turn the right foot out. And then as we come up, we breathe in, we breathe out, we bend the right knee. We're going to bring the left leg up and take the right hand down to the floor and the left arm up. Now this is where we could use a chair or anything else we've got here. So I've got my countertop here. So I could just achieve the same posture by holding onto the counter, my chair, anything you've got. If that's all too much, then you can just stay in Virasana. Okay, so hopefully that's all right. So let's start. So jumping or stepping the feet 2 to 3 feet apart. Feet are parallel, arms are nice and straight. Turning on the right heel now, so right toes are in line with the right fingers. Breathe in. Breathing out, bending the right knee, bringing the left leg up. And either taking the right hand down to the floor or onto a chair or something else. Taking the left arm overhead if you can, looking up at that left hand. Keep holding, keep breathing. I'm sure you're doing brilliantly. And then we're going to slowly bring that left leg down, coming back into Virasana. Straighten the leg, turn the foot and head back to centre. Hope that was okay. So let's go the other way. So turning on the left heel, looking at the left fingers. I've just got to shuffle back a bit. Breathe in, breathe out, bending the left knee, coming forwards, taking the left hand down to the floor or anything suitable. And then importantly, taking that right leg out at a right angle, right arm directly overhead. If you can, looking up at the right hand. If not, that's fine. Holding and breathing. stretch on those legs. Good balance for our brains to focus on. And then slowly coming back down to Virasana, straightening the leg, turn the foot and head back to centre, jumping or stepping. Taking the palms out, close the eyes, let the body rest. Let the breath come back to normal. Letting the tension flow out of the arms and the legs. And don't worry if that posture was a bit of a challenge. It's the doing that counts. The doing and the focusing. I'm sure you did brilliantly. Alright, so opening the eyes. So we're going to come down to the floor now. So we're just going to come down to a squat. So if you can, hugging your knees, taking the nose to the knees. If you need to pop your hands on the floor, that's fine. We're just going to stay in a squat for a couple of moments, giving ourselves a little squeeze. And then we're going to come back down onto the knees. Have a drink of water if you need to. So we're going to come onto our fronts. We're going to do Bhujangini Mudra, which is using Bhujangasana, Cobra posture, as I was reminded by my sister in Nepal. Today is Nag Panchami, probably said that wrong. We worship the serpent, which is great. That's what I love about yoga. There's so many animal postures reminding us of when we were animals, and we're getting rid of our animal instincts and tendencies and becoming more humane. So this is a bit of fun, but it also employs a bit of pranayama, a bit of breathing. So lying on the front, just have the feet behind you with the toes pointed outwards, and just have the elbows sort of up near the chest, arms straight, palms flat on the floor. And your head's going to go in between your hands there. We'll be starting from having our head on the floor. And we breathe in here, and as we come up we're going to hiss. And we're going to flare back like a snake. Okay, so I think we'll start from upright and we'll breathe in as we go down, and then we'll hiss out as we come up. So we'll do it 3 times. So just lose your inhibitions here, guys. Okay, so breathing in, taking the head to the floor, and then coming up and hissing. Breathing in, taking the head to the floor, coming up and hiss. Last time, breathe out slowly, taking the head to the floor, coming up and hissing. And just stack the hands over each other and just bring the heads to the backs of the hands. Let the feet flop out. And just relax for a moment. And then very slowly, let's come onto our backs. So just lying on your backs. Have the arms alongside the body with the palms face downward. Have the feet together and just rock the head very gently from side to side, just releasing any tension in the neck, and then coming back to centre. So we're going to do some leg lifts, and this time we're going to breathe in and take the right leg up, and we're going to breathe out and take the right leg over to the left side, and then we're going to breathe in and take it up and then bring it back down. Actually, if you take your arms outstretched, that would be better. So take the arms outstretched either side of the body. Excuse me, palms facing upwards. Alright, so the arms outstretched. Let's do the right leg first. So breathing in, lifting the right leg all the way up to the top. Breathe out, taking the right leg over to the left side, turning the head to the right. Breathing in, lifting the right leg up. Breathing out and taking it down. So twice more. Breathing in, lifting the right leg up. out, take the right leg over to the left side and turn the head to the right. Breathe in, leg up, breathe out and down. Once more on this side, breathing in, right leg up, breathe out, right leg over to the left, turn the head to the right. Breathing in, leg back up, and breathing out and down. So we'll do the left leg now. So breathe in, lifting the left leg all the way up. Breathe out, take the left leg over to the right side, turn the head to the left. Breathe in, back to center, breathe out and down. And again, breathing in, left leg up, all the way up. Breathe out, leg to the right, turn the head to the left. Breathing in, to center, breathing out and down. Last one, breathing in, lifting the left leg all the way up. Breathe out, taking the leg to the right side, head to left, breathe in, back to center, breathe out, leg back down. And just bring both knees to the chest now, hug the knees, bring the hands to the fronts of the knees, give yourself a hug and a squeeze. We have a little rock around just to massage the back on the mat. Alright, so we're going to go into relaxation now. So coming into Shavasana, getting anything that you might need first, and then coming to lie on your backs in Shavasana. Just making yourself comfortable. If you need a blanket or anything else. If you need a cushion, that's okay. Or if you can get used to just lying flat on the floor with no cushion, it's better for you. So lying on your back, having the legs out straight if that's comfortable. If it's not, you can bring the knees up. But if the legs are out straight, have the heels together and let the feet just flop outwards. And have the arms alongside the body with the palms facing upwards. Make sure the head is in centre and just give it a little rock from side to side just to loosen the neck, get rid of any remaining tension and bring it back to centre. And with the head on the mat, just gently jutting the chin towards the chest, just to lengthen the neck a little. And settling here and just bringing our mind back to our breath. Consciously slowing the breath down. Focusing on those nice, even 6 count in and 6 count out breaths. And being aware once more of the chest rising as you fill your lungs and breathe in. The chest falling as you empty the lungs and breathe out. So just reconnecting with your breathing. Being aware of the breath, letting the breath still the mind as well as the body. So we'll go around the body today and we'll tense each part of the body and then we'll let that tension go. So by putting more tension in, we can feel even more relaxed when we choose to let that tension go. So taking the mind down to the feet first and tensing the feet, screwing them up and holding the feet tight and then release. Moving to the calves and the knees and tensing the muscles in the calves and tensing the knees, holding them tightly and then let go. Moving to the thighs and the buttocks, tensing the muscles here, holding the thighs and the buttocks tightly, tensing and release. And moving to the abdomen, trying to tense the abdominal muscles, holding the stomach tightly, holding, and then let it go. Tensing the back now, tensing all of the back muscles all the way up, holding the back in tension, and hold and release. Coming to the chest and trying to tense across the chest, tensing the chest muscles and the front of the torso, holding it tight and release. Coming down to the hands now, making fists, screwing up the hands, holding them tightly and release. Tensing the lower arms and the elbows, holding them close to the body, holding them tight, and let go. Tensing both upper arms and shoulders now, again holding them close to the body, tensing those muscles, holding them tight, and release. And now tensing the neck and the jaw, clenching the jaw, screwing up the face, the cheeks, the nose and the eyes, holding the head and neck in tension, holding, and then let it go. And finally, we're going to go around each body part now, sequentially tensing them until the whole body is in tension. And then we're going to consciously let all of that tension go and let the whole of the body relax. So going to the feet first, so screwing up the feet, tensing the feet and the ankles, tensing the calf muscles and the knees, screwing up the thighs and the buttocks and holding tight, tensing the stomach muscles, tensing all the way up the back, tensing across the chest and holding the muscles tight, screwing up the hands into fists, tensing all the way up the arms, the elbows, the shoulders and holding them close and tight, tensing the face, screwing up the whole of the face and the jaw, just holding the whole body in tension, holding and then release. Just letting the body now sink further into the floor, feeling all of the tension flowing out from the body, flowing out into the ground beneath. Now the whole body is completely relaxed. The whole body is completely calm. And the whole body is completely still. Just bringing the mind now back to the breath. Just taking a few deep breaths. Starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And then very gently rolling onto your left side. Just resting your head on your left arm. Just resting there for a moment. Small movements. And rolling onto your fronts, resting your forehead on the backs of your hands. Just resting here for a moment. And then when you're ready, pushing yourself up to sitting and coming to sit cross-legged or in a comfortable position, keeping the eyes closed, bringing the palms together at the chest in Namaskar Mudra. And then when we're ready, we'll just chant to close the class. Shanti, 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 Om. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming again. Really appreciate it. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I am for local people. I am doing yoga in the local park tomorrow at 10 o'clock, so if you are interested, let me know first. I need to know who's coming. There are some spaces. When I checked an hour ago, the weather still looked okay, so watch the Facebook for details or get in contact. Anyway, thanks so much for coming. I hope you have a lovely weekend.